Hello, my name is Aleksandra Morel. I'm a general dentist in Plano, Texas, Smiles by Morel. And the reason that we're here today, I will be showing you how to adjust an interior crown after you print it digitally. Okay, so I want to talk today a little bit about how to adjust your tooth or your crown after you design it in the CEREC software. Okay, so here is crown number 9. My assistant Zara has designed it. We printed it just for the sake of me showing to you how I finished the crowns. And it's actually pretty good. I think she's done a pretty good job. It's on the typodont. The margins are a little bit higher over the gum line just so, you know, we can scan and mail and so on and so forth. So what happens a lot of times in CEREC software, the crown is super bulky here at the cervical, okay? See the natural tooth, I'm not sure if you could see it on here or not. Natural tooth is really flat at the cervical third, and then you have the cervical edge right here where it kind of bulks up about a third way, maybe a little bit less than a third way here. So this part really has to be adjusted. So that's number one, because, and sometimes you have to make your margins pretty thick. So you cannot really thin that out until you mill that crown anyways. Okay, and then you mark your line angle right here, so kind of your embrasure area. You do the same thing on the other side. You kind of find your contact point and your line angle point. So those are the points to be adjusted and to be flattened. Then you divide your tooth, trying to do my best, into thirds right here, okay, and kind of right here. Anyways, so the first thing you're going to do, and to me this is the most important thing in the world, is really flatten your contact, between your contact and your line angle, this area. Because if you look at the natural tooth right here, you see how flat this is? And see on the computer, once we mill it, it's really bulky, and they come out really bulky most of the time. So I just take, and I think I already have the right, by the way, I'm using this kit to adjust my crowns. Don't go too fast, and you literally stay in this area, and I'm going up and down, up and down. So your stroke is really vertical, up and down. This is a rough finishing stone. And go right here, and you do the same thing on both sides. Make sure you stay anterior to the contact. You obviously know you do not want to remove the contact. And you really flatten the line angles. I do it mostly in the lab. Sometimes I'll do it chair side. You do as you please. But to me this is the most critical step. So I'm not sure what is the best way to show it to you, but do you see that now this embrasure looks flatter and the tooth looks better and thinner and looks more like this tooth? Actually, I don't have enough. I would need to do a little bit more on this side, maybe even a little bit more on the side. So now this is an IMAX crown. It's obviously going to go in the oven. So you have to, you check if you need to adjust anything else. So now this tooth has natural kind of valleys, peaks and valleys, if you will. So right in here we need to take a little bit. And yes, this is still a coarse stone right there. Okay. Now, this is what we have. The next thing that I do, and this is the only stone that I will use on the model before I put this in the oven, is a green stone. And I will kind of smooth. And you kind of smooth everything that you have to smooth. I will not go to the blue or pink, because if you get this way too shiny before you put it in the oven, guess what's going to happen? Your glaze is really not going to stick to it, okay? I do not like to overglaze my crowns in particular, because I like them to look natural. There's nothing like a single tooth, single shiny tooth in the mouth. We see that a lot, you know, those PFM crowns or some overglazed crowns that look crazy. But now, there's another thing. This tooth on the typodont does not have a lot of perikymata. But if you wanted to place it, use this burr. And you scratch. Literally, take this. And you just characterize right here. I mean, you do whatever you want. You may want to put it on the cervical third. You may want to put it down here, because you really want for the tooth to have a natural appearance when you're done. Let's see what it looks like. It looks a lot better to me. Oh, it keeps wanting to turn here. So I think we need to polish it a tiny bit more, and then it can go in the oven. So when it comes out, then you can polish your crown when you need to. A lot of times when I spray glaze, I think it is too shiny, and sometimes I will take blue, or I will take these finishing burrs, and actually I will use them on a polished crown to almost kind of dull the crown a little bit, because as I said, I'm not a huge fan of very, very shiny teeth myself. So that's pretty much about it, what I wanted to show you in this video. Maybe just to recap one more time, always find your cervical edge, flatten this part right here, and flatten your line angles. That is very important. And obviously before you put this in the oven, steam off your crown, get all this gunk and junk off of it. But that's it.